So I want to talk about Quad and King. Before this last episode that just happened, where they talking about the Met Gala, what's your love language, etc. I believe that they've been over, and not necessarily said it, but you could definitely tell the King we seen last season and the Quad we seen last season is no more. I think that Quad thinks she can have it all, which you can have it all. But I feel like it's also time mean. What I mean by that is Quad could have had it all a long time ago. But Quad chose herself, her career, and her success. And there is nothing wrong with that. But we all know that once you get to a particular age 35 to be exact, you're it's considered a geriatric pregnancy, number one. Number two, not to say that she's in geriatric stage, but that's what it's considered medically for people who have children over the age from 35 and up. Because so much changes. And I can attest to that as a 37-year-old. Okay. I'm so glad I had my children. I'm grateful that I had my children in my 20s. Was it hard as heck? Heck yeah. Was I growing up with my kids? Heck yeah. But as far as physically being able and capable, I'm not saying you're not physically enabled or capable in your 30s, but I feel like you bump into more issues depending on genetics and how your body is, etc. And it's just a lot more at stake. And if I think Dr. Jackie said she had been told Quad, you need to freeze your eggs, but Quad was worried about having that big old house and this big life and etc. and career. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But you cannot be in denial and not realize that at some point having it all may mean you have to take bigger strides and steps to accomplish the next thing, depending on what it is. And you can control the life you want to live in a way, but you cannot control how your body may be set up, how your partner's body may be. Because some women think that they can't have children when it's really their partner that can't have children. So that's another thing. Men's body may not be fertile either. But that whole I can have it all is not a priority. Now she wants to make it a priority in a brand new relationship. I knew, well, just hearing they was on a journey, I was just like, oh God. But you could just tell little things bother him. They eating fish, they get into a little argument, an episode or two behind. Uh, just the last episode, getting ready for his, I think his sister or cousin in Jamaica, she getting ready, curling her hair. He's just like, and men do that, but you could just tell it's a different energy than what they were serving and giving. And I'm not saying that the goal for them may have been marriage. Because I see coming up in the next episode, Jackie husband, he over here talking about you going in the wrong order, and I feel like, and I think Toya or somebody said brought it up also to Quad, and Quad's like, I've been through something. I'm so also tired of Quad doing that. I'm not trying to take away the fact that she may have been through a lot, but it's a lot of women that go through a lot. And she's like, I've been through so much, and I know I deserve that. And as long as you keep feeling like you entitled, something like you deserve, only God tells you what you deserve and shows you what you deserve. You may have it in your mind of like, I feel like I've been this good person. I would like to have a kid. I deserve a child, but to be, I don't do whatever I want to do. Their goal may not be to get married. A lot of people that have money and go into relationships, the goal of getting married, especially if they've been in a long-term relationship and went through a divorce, most likely they don't want to get married. And so if people are questioning, why didn't they get married? I don't think Quad wanted to get married again, honestly, just because of what she went through with Greg. And now that she got her own money. And not to say that King got his own money, he established, but and he actually, he a baller. But I think that when you make a certain amount of money, marriage is sometimes off of the table because it's too much as far as just everything. They don't want to be a Candy and Todd or a Candy. Well, anyway, I just think that their relationship been over before the season even started. But yeah, it's really sad to watch because now we're about to see them both speak on their relationship that it's now, we know now they're not together no more, but you can see. And I think like the last, like King was like, we're doing this one more time, and then I think we need to focus back on us. I think because it had got to a point where, and he keep bringing up her hormones. I think her hormones being all over the place going through this process was making him really like, I don't even like you, bro. I don't even want to have no kids by you no more. That's my opinion of watching it. So yeah. And it may be like the straw that broke the camel's back. And I think that's when the element of marriage. You sometimes work harder when you're married. And I think with them, since being they are not married, they do live separately. They do get to walk it off and be away from each other and not call each other, whatever the case may be, when they don't get along, you know. So they just, he's like going through all of this with her, and she be tripping and etc. He's like, it ain't worth it in the end, because I don't feel like they build up enough commitment with each other. Like I feel like they moved way too fast into this IVF process. But I don't know how long they were dating, um, and I don't know their relationship. They only show like 1 minute, but just in looking at it now, you can see that they do not like each other this season at all. And I think it's a lot of things contributing to that.